haven't got my pie in yet, but it will be in after I finish this. The dog's eye and dead horse, lots of sauce on it. So yeah, they'll be after, but I just went down to the post office because I had to post some stuff, so I dropped in a Willy's MilkBar, and I've got heaps of stuff, bits, and he had some coins, just $80 worth, so not too many, but enough to, definitely enough to find something in there. Probably a 1981 Canadian in the 20 cents. So I got 3 bags of 20s, $10 in each, and 1 bag of 2s, $50 worth. So I'll have a look. I don't think it's going to be any colour, I doubt it. But I took all those 2s back that I checked this morning, all the others, and we don't have any colour. I can't see anything wrong with any of them. Let's flip them over. There's nothing there. I'm not going to worry about the low mints and stuff. You'll find whatever you want in there, believe me. The low mints, large heads, small heads, whatever you're looking for. If you get enough out, get $1,000 or something, and you're nearly going to find all the coins you want. What you're looking for is the colours, and then what you don't want really is the Woolies ones, unless they're the 2016 Olympics. But yeah, you'll get whatever you want, believe me, in there, in your twos. There's not much error stuff going on with them, but it's mainly colour. Well, it is mainly colour everybody's looking for. But anyway, we'll see. There's a 66 on top. Now, if that was a wavy 2, if it is a wavy 2, I'll be laughing. There's a lot of 20-cent pieces here to stack up on. Reef, how you going, buddy? Oh, I can hear myself. What you do is mute. If you can hear yourself through your speaker when you're live, just mute whatever screen you're watching it on. Just mute it. You won't hear it then. Come on, wavy 2. Oh, I would have died if it was. No. It's the correct coin. No gap at the head, which is London. And that's what you want. And the wave goes just up in there. And again, I said this morning, I put, I don't know how many photos on last night. I've got thousands more to put on Facebook. And I've got the wavy 2 in there that I found. So the picture's in there. Show you what it looks like, where it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I haven't really checked to see if it's a privy mark that London put on some of them. But normally, if it's a privy mark, they're going to put them on all of them because they want to know where all their coins are, and they want everybody to know where their coins came from. So I don't know if it's a privy mark, but it could be a struck through. No, it would be obtuse. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with there, or just one die. The master die maker had cut into it when he shouldn't have. He made a wave into the 2. That's a camera or a Welsh, I can tell. It's not the Canadian. She's dipped down. It's not flat. They used higher pressure. Excuse me. Yeah, they used higher pressure. Let me just turn some of this light off here. I might need as much as I've got. Let me just adjust it. Turn this one down. Oh, that one's connected to my gantry. Yeah, it's just that. I think it's this one here. What happens if I turn it off? Let me see. Nah, I think it's the camera just picking it up. And that background. If I put a white background there, it calm down. But anyhow, that's going to be one of them. Yeah, they used higher pressure, so they pushed the queen down, and they have flat base letters. The Canadian has curved base letters. So they're flat based. They're just flat. You check the ones, the I, the T. You can see they're all flat. The two I's over here, they're flat. The H is flat, the T is flat, the I is flat. Turn it over. Any claws missing on this, it's difill. Turn it over and all 4 claws will be there. Yep. There you go. So that's Welsh or Canberra. And if you want to know what it is, look at the nostrils. And the small, wide nostrils is Wales. And the close together big nostrils is Canberra. And that's a, let me check. When they're worn, they're really hard to tell. That's a Welsh one. So that's a Welsh 20 cents. I'll see if I can zoom up a bit more and get it here. But you can see that there's smaller slits. The Canberra and the Canadian have big holes like they've been pushed in. These are elongated sideways like a teardrop. So that's a Welsh. Welsh minted 20 cent 1981. And any claws filled, if any claws were missing on that, it would be die fill and an error, not a privy mark like the 81. The half claw is a privy mark. And also on the 81, it has curved base letters on the front compared to these flat base. So the Canadian is flat planchet, curved base letters, turn it over, and every time you'll have a half claw in that first one, which is a privy mark. And to some extent, the curved base letters, because it's only on the Canadian, is also a privy mark, because it's telling you something. I'm from Canada. Yeah. Let me just see. You know, Julie, how you going? I got the sun coming in on that side through the window, and my hand was covering it, so that might have been part of the problem. Just move these coins out for it being a bit overexposed, or for the wave gap on that. Again, I put those pictures up last night on Facebook, hundreds of them, and I showed the 2008 with the gap, the 2007 with the wide 7, different zeros, different 2. It's not just a 7 on them. It's the whole date on the 2007 that's different. Yeah, so I put tons up last night. I spent hours putting them on. I've got thousands more to put on. I can't really see. You know, I'm sitting down again. I was doing it this morning because of how high I've got the camera. I'm looking across the screen instead of down. So 2005, look for these. They used to be called a swan error, and it was a cut in, I'm pretty sure it was a cut in here. And look, it gave it a, you know, like a wing on the 2005s. They call it a swan error. Yeah, the clean coins were good, eh? But yeah, it's up to yourselves. Everyone owns it. But I only showed it on, you know, I didn't write it in the description there. But I did those videos to show people how to clean them up, the damaged and the corroded ones, because otherwise they're gonna get thrown away, and they're all bit of history, and there's I don't know how many's left, and I just feel rather than throwing away or just sticking it somewhere you're never going to look at it, you may as well try and give it a new life, clean it up. And even if it's clean, it's then really hard for somebody to throw it away because they can see it. It actually saves its life. So if you want to save coins' lives, really old, corroded and damaged, pre-decimal, you know, these ones don't matter, you can just change them. But the pre-decimal ones, they need to be saved. And otherwise, if they get the vertigus, people just put them in bags. Vertigus is a cancer, it spreads. Don't ever put it in bags with other copper coins, it spreads. And they put them in there together, and then next thing you know, they take them out, they're all green, they're just crap. And so, I don't know what they do with them. They might take them to the scrappers, or I don't know, leave them in there till they rot completely and you can't do nothing. So anyway, if they can be salvaged and cleaned up so they don't get thrown out, I'm all for that. I don't want to see them getting chucked out or getting stuck in a bag and you never see them again. There might be somebody opens up and there was a real crappy one in there and they cleaned it up and it's a 46, you know. Cleaned or not, it is going to sell. I guarantee it is going to sell. So, you know, it's not just crappy low mint stuff, it's good quality, it's low mint stuff as well that are like beyond, you know, they just look bad. No one's going to want them because they look so bad. You clean them up, they will sell. I say in the Steve Punter, I sold more coins cleaned, polished with Brasso than I did, this is going back about 3 years ago. I was selling more clean, polished coins, those ones in the photo I got, than pennies that hadn't been touched. I'm talking pennies and half pennies that hadn't been touched. I had sets that I cleaned up, like 15 to 20, bang, they were gone. And the people loved them because they look really good. And I used to spend up to 4 hours on a coin. So we're not talking a scrub-a-dub-dub, you know. I made them look as best as I could. And they were even pitted all over, or they were just low mint. And I cleaned them up. And it was a test as well to see if people were going to buy them. And will blow me away that they sold more than non-clean pennies that I had. People love clean coins, they do. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter you don't clean them and all that stuff. People still love clean coins because they look really good. The pre-decimals, not this stuff. Nothing 66 onwards. Unless you got something that was bad. I cleaned up that 20 cents and 50 cents, but that was just to show you. I'd go down the shop and spend them as they were. They don't have to be cleaned up. And I wouldn't clean anything up for your sets because you can go and get them. Just noodle some coins and find them. You can get a crop circle on this one. The 2010, it's just up here. So far, that's the first known crop circle. 2010, 20 cents. Yeah, so yeah, you know, there's don't do this, don't do that. But has anyone asked the actual people out there, you know, who did the survey? Where's the survey results? So looking on here, you can get 3 different initials. You can get all joined, IRB, I spaced RB joined, and all spaced for the large head. But this one is all joined. So that's the all joined standard. But you can get a small SD variety as well. Over here, that's a standard. They actually got probably 2 or 3, you know. I've seen a little bit different sizes on them. So there's probably 2 or 3, but I just look for the small one. And you'll notice the difference. And you can get them together. I've got one there, a large head variety, with the SD, small SD variety on there. So I've got one with the 2 dies replaced in it. They're pretty rare. They're very rare, in actual fact. You don't find them all the time. So that one's around. You can get them individual and you can get them together. And those IRB, the 3 different initials, you can get that on the Federation 20 cents as well. There's no SD on the Federation, but, well, there is probably, but the IRB, the 3 varieties, you can find them on the 9 coins, the 9 20-cent pieces, states and territories, and minimum is 21 varieties for you to find, up to a maximum of 28, and that's 7 differences, because I'm not 100% sure which of the 9 have all 3 of the initials, or only have 2, or only have 1, and the combination, if they do have just 2, the combination, is it all joined and all spaced? Is it all joined and I-spaced RB join, or is it all joined and I-spaced RB join? Anyway, so that's, and because of that, on the 9, 3 9s is 27. So sorry, 28. I said 27. So there's 27 possible, but I definitely know there's 26 varieties for you of those 9 in total for you to get. So I know the ACT, I've got all spaced, large head. Snapper the other day said that he's got his. He got me to check it, and he's got the all joined. So the ACT 20-cent piece has the all joined and all spaced. As for having the I-spaced RB joined, I can't remember which ones had all 3. It might not have that middle one, and just those 2. So anyway, you need to be checking your Platypus 2001s for the 3 varieties on the front, as well as matching up with the small SD, or just the SD on its small SD on its own. You can get them together or on its own. Only the large head together. I haven't had any of the others together. Oh, well, the all space, the all joint is standard, so that'll be standard with the small SD, but I haven't had an I-spaced RB with the small SD. I haven't had that one. So you can get it the standard all joined with the small SD, which is what you would standard, but I've got the large head with the small SD. That's the rarer. It's the rarer in just the variety of the large head, and it's rare just on the small SD, and even rarer because they're both together. Amazing enough. Anyway, if you all got that, that's a mouthful, but I've got all the pictures on Facebook. Go and have a look. You'll see them all. I've got these, the wave gap here, just like the 66 privy mark. They did it again on the 2008, and I actually show 3 different variations of that gap that I found. So there's actually different dyes. There's 3 different dyes they use for that privy mark, because I've got 3 different spaces. And then again, that's in those photos on Facebook. Everything's on there. I'm going to pile everything on, and you can just use it for reference, do whatever you want. To help you out, a lot more than the books, and or you can put it together with your books. I don't know, whatever helps you, whatever gets you learning. I haven't had a look over here on Real, sorry. Yeah, 12 volts probably a bit high, yeah. Yeah, I had that 9 volt on there, but you can also use your 5 volt charger for your phone, you know, just wire on the outside, one in the middle. Just watch you don't touch the wires though, because it's a little short. But you can use 5 volt, you know, grab a charger. But I just used that 9 volt to give it a good blast. I actually think I went through 2 batteries there, or I'd used them already, so I think they were down, they were flattening out. So get yourself some nice new battery to do it. I don't understand why this morning this is zooming in now. It's not. I don't know why it's doing what it's doing, but that should be focusing a lot better than it is. Maybe I'll need to back off a bit. Anyway, that's a standard thin 7. It's got the thin 7, the O's are circular, or more circular, and the tail on it's tall and square. The wide, the broad 7 with the different zeros and different 2. Well, it's different. You got broad 7, it's got the fat leg here. The tips are different too, but you just need a fat leg. In the centers, you'll see it's elliptical. It looks like a duck egg. And the little 2 there, the 2 has got a little tail, like a duck. Duck tail, duck eggs, wide 7, wide leg. That's all. I'll keep that in case we come across one. For the wide leg, for the broad 7, 21, still looking for that cut error. Not much else on it though. Yeah, they're probably a BS seller too, buddy. If anyone says that the 3.5 claw Canadian minted 20-cent piece, you know what? Oh, I haven't found one today, so is scarce, they're wrong. Canada made 50 million. Every single Canadian 20-cent piece I've ever found has had the half claw. It's a privy mark, so why wouldn't they put it on every coin they minted? They're telling us, hey, this was made in Canada. And to make sure we know, they're putting curve-based letters on the front compared to Welsh and Canberra. Again, they're telling us this was made in Canada. They put it on the obverse and they put a privy mark on the reverse. So as far as I'm concerned, 50 million of them were made. 50 million. 3.5 claw Canadian minted 20-cent pieces. And they are not rare by any chances. I keep telling everyone, go there and get 20 bucks. At 99.9%, you're going to have 1 to 4 of them in there. Look at Willy's last time. What I had, 20 bucks and ended up with 3 of them. So they are not rare by any chance. The books were showing them at 180 for uncirculated and that. Yeah, well, the poor buggers that bought them know very well that they're looking at 30 to 40 bucks now for one of them, uncirculated. So they dived in price, absolutely nosedived, and they're as common as chook's teeth. Well, no, chook's teeth ain't common. They're as common as hair. So whoever said that, they're a seller and they're just trying to bullshit people into buying their expensive coins, either on eBay or Marketplace, wherever they are. At a market, I don't care where they are. But anyone that says that, I know that they're lying and they're just trying to thieve people out of their money. Because anyone that knows their stuff and sells coins and all, know that, well, they should know. They're getting into the business. But no, they're common. Very common. I'll get one here now, Willy's, maybe a couple. And I've got tons of them. You guys that follow me and been watching all these, you see how many that they might pull out from Willy's each time. And I don't get many 20 cents out of the bank. I get the 50 cents, $1, you know. But when I do, they're in there. So, yeah. But anyway, there's people like doing that. Oh yeah, TikTokers, yeah, that's right, because they're trying to get them. TikTokers are saying every coin is 1 million, yeah, because they're trying to get 1 million hits. They're trying to say they're rare, because they're trying to get 1 million hits. That's what they're trying to do. So they're spreading false information to greedily get some money. So they're greeding for it, and well, they're going to go to hell. But yep, they're all playing around with the realism of what is real out there. And of course, you know, a lot of young people are listening to them because they think they're influencers and they know everything and they're right. And then later down the track, after they spend all their money buying all that stuff, yeah, they don't tell you about how hard it is to sell them and the prices you ain't going to get, and the frustration of taking the photos and trying to get rid of them, going down to your local coin shop for him to laugh at you and say, ta-da, goodbye, because he ain't going to have a bar of them. Yeah, they'll find out the hard way. Really hard. But yes, it's getting out of control. What can you say? What can you do? You can't do anything unless they shut it down. But yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, well, yeah, that's right. Yep. See, oh, Sim, how you going, Sim? I didn't know that was you. I'm just reading. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's tons of them. But yeah, the TikTokers, yeah, they're just doing. They just want the million hits and whatever they want their 15 minutes of fame every single day. That's what they want. And challenge them to anything that they're bloody showing you and whatever. It'd be, oh, I heard. Who told you? Oh, I don't know, I forgot. Yeah, what a good way of covering up your BS is I heard and then I forgot. You know, we all want proof, mate. When it comes down to these and they're worth money, you got to show the proof. You got to show the pictures. You got to show it's there, it's out there. Otherwise, if I don't see it, I don't care. It ain't around until I've seen it. That's the best way to protect yourself from buying stuff or getting stuff that you might get ripped off on. Research it first and make sure that they're real, that they are around, that you can get them. One's a little bit clean, but I'm not sure. No, it's beveled there. It'll be full claws. Yep. That's Canberra or Welsh. Just look at the nostrils. It could be a Canberra. Very hard on these coins when they're worn because they're pushed over. I'll just have a look. Now it's another Welsh one. This is Welsh. So it's knocked up, it's a bit pushed over, but they're thin, slits going that way and that way, and a little bit spread. So that's a Welsh one. And of course it's got the flat base letters, concave planchet because it's been pushed down. Oh, we got 74. At 99, got to check in this zeros here. Check in here on these 99s. You can get nice size cut in there, filling that up, and down in here. Snapper, do you get your goodies? Been gardening now, I've got strawberries going, corn, cherry tomatoes, black Russian tomatoes, they're called that. Black, big, nice, beautiful black they are. They're really good. What else I got there? Peppers, and then sweet pea all around it for the smell. And you get heaps of seeds off them. And I think just a mix of other tomatoes, I think, for the moment, anyway. So there's got a bit out there that keeps you busy watering. I'm looking for this here, that's all joined, standard SD on there. Man, I haven't even got through the first bag yet, have I? But there are a few 20s in here though. No wave gap there. Oh, snapper. Where are you? Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, Sim, yeah. The average collector's going to get burnt to the buggery. That's why I started doing these videos. I've told you that from day one. It was to stop people getting ripped off. It was to help out with them coming back to check before they buy coins off eBay, Marketplace, wherever they get their coins from. that was, and I'm still doing it for that very reason. So if they come over, then I might be able to help them save themselves some dollars, you know. But they got to get over here for it. But that is absolutely my intentions, is to stop, is so people are educated to know what they're getting when those TikTokers and everyone pick a coin out of nowhere and then pick something on it and then say, oh, it's red, and start off some mass hysteria bloody thing, and people paying thousands or hundreds of dollars, and they just, I mean, it's a scam, and they stop it on everything else, yet people that don't even know coins can scam. I don't know how that, you know, scam them out of thousands of dollars. I don't know how that is allowed. Flea-Base still allows it. That's a small SD variety. What's the front? So that's the all joined. And we got the small SD just here. I really don't know what's going on. I used this morning. I can't be getting overheated still again. It's just not cricket. Anyway, there it is. That's the small SD on there. Variety. I don't know if this is just another year, but it's the same as the 2001. See the difference? That's what the standard 2001's like. This on the 99. Oh no, 2006. Same thing. So yeah, that's all right. That's a good score. That's the small SD variety. Beautiful. With the standard all joined small head, if you want to call it, standard head. Snapper doesn't grow anything because he's got woolies down the road. I got 2 woolies, mate, within a K of me. I've still got me stuff growing. Yeah. Did I check them? Damn, I'm talking and I've got a pile of coins here, and I think I've checked them. Yeah, I remember 76, 82. I'm just trying to remember some of the coins to make sure. Yeah, oh, there's the other 2001 anyway. Yeah, I have. Yeah, that's the problem. There's yeah, lesson number 3. Make sure you got your coins away from each other. They don't mix up. So that's the same head, standard head, and then on the back, that's the SD and the small SD. Let's see if it's going to do it. Oh, man, I don't know what's going on. If it's overexposed, might be. Anyway, look, that's probably better. Maybe it's the camera. Maybe I've got to turn the camera or something. I don't know. Could be. But anyway, you can see small and large. Yeah, I just think it's a bit overexposed. But if I turn everything off, let me just turn that off. Let me turn that away and see what happens. Alright. Let me see now. Because if the camera hasn't got enough light, it'll go out of focus. Yeah, it's sort of, it's picking up the light from outside, but you can see that it's not really correct. I've just got the one light on anyway, see how it goes. 2020, heaps of errors on these, but only in the first two months of me finding them. And I got the video on that, shows 19 of them, 12 errors, 11 errors between them. I put them into 12 groups. That was just 19 coins. No, that's all standard. Actually, it's not bad like that, because see, if there was any cuds on there, they stand up. You get that ghost. So you can do that, or you can get it where you put the light over it. You get the cartwheel working on it, and that can bring them up too. But an easy pickup. Like that, when you get it like that, you can see the whole field. Anything wrong on there, you're going to pick up immediately. And like this, you can see it's gone because my hand's over it. But even that itself does allow you to have a quick pickup of haircuts in it. So different shadows, different light, all helps. Is whatever you get used to, basically. Whatever suits you. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Snapper. Yeah, they only need one person to buy their 1988 $2 for $3,000, and they're laughing. And the person that got it is going to get $2 when they spend it, because their $4 went uncirculated, let alone trying to sell them for that much. Yeah, so yeah, people are going to get burnt if they keep listening to them. That's the thin 7 as well. It's got the high notch on serif on the back of the 2, and the O's are more circular. Did I keep one? I did keep one as an example. If I find a wide date, let me just see which is the better date to look at. They're both crap. This one's dirty, but I think it shows it up a bit better. Anyway, I'll keep one. Alright, let me zap through this. 81. Yeah, it looks like it's dipped. Let me just check. Yeah, flat base should be 4. Yep, 4. Have a look at the nostrils. I think that's another Welsh one. Yeah, it would be. The right hand nostril stayed correct, and you can see it goes out. So that nostril goes like this, and the Canberra and the Canberra and the Welsh one is more like that. And they're sort of close together, whereas the Welsh one is further apart. But they sort of look like teardrops. I suppose it might come down a bit more there into that. But that's the difference. That's the Welsh, and that's Canberra and Canada. Alright, there you go, Julie. Take a snapshot of that one. Man, I'm behind the times here. What's going on? Yeah, there you go. What was it? Oh yeah, so that's Welsh. I actually do. They all minted 50 million. Wales 50 million, Canberra 50 million, and so did Canada. As far as I'm concerned, 50 million of the same ones. The Canberra ones aren't easy to come by. I've got to say. That, you know, I find a lot more Welsh ones than I do Canberra. Look for that crop circle on this one. Nothing there. I shouldn't be doing that because it's probably noisy. What's that one? Nothing. Alright. Come on, Willy's MilkBar. It's got to be a 1981 in there somewhere. Just pile them up here. There's quite a few coins in there. Let's have a snifter. Oh man, I shouldn't do that. I'm real sorry about that. Sometimes I forget I'm on camera. You could probably tell I talk to myself if I think I'm not on camera and I'm talking. That's it. Yep. Chinese eyes, yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's what we used to call it. But yeah. And you know, it's not just that. There's also the Egyptians too, you know, with the makeup. They always liked having their eyes like that. And even today, it's a big thing to have your eyes shaped to a point on the corners. What was I checking that for? Yeah, see if I had a cut on the hair. Match my... Well, I had one at 22, but I can't find it. I had cut on the hair. I don't know if I should be... Sorry. Putting some light on. I'm just saying bugger it to the camera. Maybe that is, but maybe I did cut it down too much, didn't I? Damn. Alright. Get that finger out there. He always likes being in here. Maybe he wants to talk or something. 94. 22. Give him something to do because he keeps hanging around. I'm just mucking around here. It can get quite boring sometimes looking at these. You know, a lot of coins. If you're not finding anything, it can be. Look at that crop circle there. Yeah, I like it, to tell you the truth. I reckon that looks really cool. Taylor Swift, she does it. I like her too. Not just her, because not, but I like her music and that. But yeah, yeah, it's quite a few of them. It looks down in the dumps. They look like flat 4. Yep, we got 4. So we got another one. Ooh, bit hard to call, I think. I'll see. Hard to call, but if I called it, it'd be Welsh again, because of the sorry about the camera buzzing around, because of that one nostril on that side. See the angle? See? It looks like they put a hole in and gone flick. So the Canberra and Welsh one looks like, and the Canadian looks like they punched it. And this one looks like they punched it lightly and then went to the side. Punched it and to the side on the Welsh one. It's the only one that's got the small ones. But Welsh and Canberra both have flat based letters. So they both use this obverse. But Wales had small, elongated, spread nostrils, and Canberra had wholly close together large nostrils, same as the Canadian. Look what's under here. Now, yeah, I think that's sitting on, it's not hard to tell. No, I think she's in a bowl too. Yep, four claws. And now this one, just keep an eye on this one, because I've got it. I put the photos up last night on Facebook, and I've shown here where I've got a raised mark on here, and on some other spots, but I'm pretty sure that it's die clash, really good die clash. So you have a look at it, you'll see. But anyway, besides that, watch on these, because those people's faces, because they're people with their arms up celebrating, you can get cuts on them bigger. So make sure you're checking them that they're not oversized to what they should be, because they wore and got bigger. Yeah. Let's try and get through these a bit quicker. That's all joined. Standard SD. 2004, no pointy A on it. Made for pointy A. That's the test they did for the laser night. And look, 66. Look, they used pointy A's. And then 2004, or before that, they must have gone to flat A's. for a tester. And then they do them laser, so they have to go back to pointy because lasers like points. Plus they cut a movement off for them too for the laser by doing that. Yeah, come on, wavy 2. No, Canberra or London. So that's a London. It's joined up to the head of the platypus. Canberra's got a gap there. No, it's all joined. It's standard SD. Yeah, it's all doubled up too, so not fussed with it. No. For the wave gap, nothing there. No, nothing there. Let's get rid of them. This pile and another pile, and that's it. We're done. Done with Willy's MilkBar. So yeah, I got in there talking to him, and he's got a basketball in his hand, so he's going to have a practice on the basketball ring, you know. I would have gone over there to go with him. I was trying to spin the ball in the in the shop because I used to play basketball a little bit, and I was trying to spin it, but he's actually got an outdoor one which is like velvet covered, you know, harder, like, well, leather, but not smooth, you know, so it takes a bit more wear on the tar. Anyway, so yeah, so talking to him and then talking to Echo, they're doing really well. Standard. Yeah, so next time I'll go over there and have a throw. And I told him if he's ever played golf, you know, I was trying to get him to have a go at golf because that's pretty good. But somebody's marked it. It's probably 4 claw, I'm going to say, because it looks like it's, yeah, it's 4 claws. Yeah. And what is it? And look, everything's worn by those nostrils. Look at that. And they're the things that wear all the time. Another Welsh. It's another Welsh one. All Welsh. I told you, Canberra's really hard to find. But that's Welsh as well. They go in and flick and in and flick. So lots of Welsh ones. In fact, they've all been Welsh so far. That's where I'm from anyway. The Leichhardt Mint in Wales. So I was born in Wales. Came here when I was 7, 1970. Yeah, landed at Essendon Airport because Tullamarine just opened the year before, I think it was. And we're on what were we on? 707. 707. Go and look up 707. You see what that is compared to the jumbo. That's sitting a little bit on top. Yeah, it looks curved base letters. Got the kick right in the guts, right in the middle. Have a look. Yep. There's your half claw right there. A little bit of dye fill on the top of that one. A little bit of dye fill work there, working up. So you can get these half claw Canadian with dye fill of all those claws. I've had them with been stumps just across there and no claws at all. Actually smaller than the half claw. And then I've had the Welsh and the Canberra with the half claw, which mimics this. That's why you need to know curved base letters. See that kick in that I? There's a kick in the H. Kick right in the middle. So let's bring the pen and paper out again. It's easier that way. So you got your I on your standard Welsh and Canberra, they're like that. But on the Canadian one, sorry, Yeah. They're like that, curve based. So there's a kick that you'll see just in here. And even if they're worn right through, I'm looking at the screen doing that, so yeah, so that's the Canberra Welsh and the Canadian. There's that kick in it. And that's it. So it's no matter what's going on the rear, doesn't matter what's going on the rear. If you got curve base letters, don't have to look and check like I do if it's flat or whatever. That's all you need to know is if it's curve base letters, it's a Canadian minted 3.5 claw. That's all you got to know. If it ain't curve base and anything's missing there at all, it's a Welsh, check the nostrils, or a Canberra. And look, we can see the big nostrils there. So that's the nostrils on compared to the Welsh. Let me see if I can get up there. They're big and pointed, see? They're big and straight in. This is worn, of course, but they're more or less straight in. The Canberra one, the Welsh ones are smaller, a bit wider, and so these are close together, and the Welsh ones are wider. But they're very hard because the coins are all worn. You know, they can look similar. So I said one of them I didn't call it. You know, there's your Canadian. There you go, $1 in $30. But if I just grab that one bag off him, that's $1 in $10. All right. So they're everywhere. But if it hasn't got curve-based letters, it's an error coin and it's die fill, and it's a Welsh or Canberra, and you just look at the nostrils there. And they're error coins, whereas that Canadian is a privy mark, and I think this is another Canadian. She's sitting on top. I'll just go straight over. No, it's not. That's not a Canadian. Oh, I should have looked there. No, she's down. I should have brought it up for that. But anyway, that's Welsh or Canberra. And forget the nostrils, they're gone. Yeah, fishtail, yeah, it depends what book. You know, I've always called them curve-based letters because that's from the old days. That's all the old books I've got, curve-base. And I'm going off the old people and carrying it on. And curve-base is what they use because it is curve-base. But if you want to put fish-base to it, fishtail, yeah, that's fine. And scalloped. So, you know, it's scalloped out, fishtail, curve-base. Yeah. They did use fishtail. But I just say curve-based because it actually tells people, you know, maybe somebody doesn't know what a fishtail looks like. And they're all different shapes anyway. Curve stays constant, it's curved. But a fishtail, yeah, how many different fishtails we got? And then if it's a shark fishtail that you're looking at, well, they ain't got fishtails. Theirs goes straight up at the back. Anyway, I'm just getting picky, but scalloped and curve-based is my preference to fish-tailed, but you can use it, yeah. You can do anything you want and call it what you like anyway. Everybody each to his own. That's the standard SD, you can see that a mile away. All joined, 81. Now, it's sort of pretty close. Look, if I look down here, and I'll tell you now, I can see that's probably not. It's probably a Canberra or Welsh. Oh no, it looks like it's got curve-based letters there. Or is it? Maybe. Yeah. Yep. So you got your half claw. Big nostrils, see? Big poked in nostrils. That's what the large nostrils look like. Close together and poked in. And that's your half claw, and you'll have a fishtail on there. Base, curved base. Even if they're knocked around, you'll find at least one that you'll see the curve base, and I always go for the eyes here, they show it, and the H and the T. One of these four will always show, no matter how worn it is. There's the T showing it. And this eye here, seeing the eye is really nice, it hasn't been hit, so you can see that's curve base. Fish tail base, you know, looks like fish, yeah. It looks like a dog bone too. Anyway, so that's two we got, two 1981s out of $10 worth. If you just want to go on, if I just grab that one bag off him, that'd be $10 worth, because I didn't mix them together. I just took them out of that one bag of 10. So that's 2 for 10. And I did say 2 years ago I was telling everyone get $10 worth and I get one, then I stepped it up to 20. But $20 worth, you're going to get one, if not, you know, whatever, you could get 4, 5, 6, who knows. But I've had 4 and 5s just in $10 worth. And show that, you know, so they should be in a way, because if they minted 50 million, like I'm pretty much sure they did. What's that last one? So I'll get that out. Just check this one. This might be too close for this camera, I don't know. Really weird, doesn't want to show anything. Anyway, I'll pick it up and see if I can get the line on it. But that's the broad 7. So it's got the thick leg. The tip of the 7's different. The O's in the centre, they're more elongated. And the 2 only has a short serif, like a tail duck, a duck tail. Let's see if I can get this on there. Actually, the other day I had to bring it up. I think that's what I needed to do. But I think this camera might be overheating, because it plays up when it does. Just like it's doing now, which is a real pain. Anyway, I can't get it right up. Normally I'd get that in focus. But yeah, so anyway, that's the wide 7. The 2's only got a little, it's been hit, it's only got a little round tail, so it looks like a duck. The eggs, they look like duck eggs in the centre, really elongated. Now I did keep a 2007 for comparisons. I'm going to get it in there. So you can see the thin 7, thick. See the O's in the centre? They're different. Not the outside, you're looking in the centre. I wish I had bloody phone it. Maybe I'll turn it this way. I really don't know what's going on. I think it's overheating. What a stupid thing. But anyway, you can see, and the 2's different, even though it's been hit there. This 2's taller, a little stubby. The O's are round, they're thin and elongated. And the 7's got a thick leg there, thin. And the tip at the end is different. That one's pointed and that's rounded. So there you go. So that's the 2007 broad 7. Don't need that one. And that's it. I'm finished. And this phone can have a rest. I'm getting another phone soon, I'm supposed to be. A real U-Butte, and then we'll see how good I get it. But yeah, the phone, like this morning's alright, and there it seems to be okay, but I just think I might be too close with the camera. I really don't know. But it seems to be when it gets too hot. So out of $30 worth, didn't get nothing in the 2's, no colour. I didn't look for anything else in the 2's, so I'll forget that I even looked at them. So I got a broad 7 variety. I've got 1981 3.5 claw by 2 of them. Why did I keep that 2005? I don't know why I kept that. That shouldn't be in it. So what I get, 5 coins. So the 2001 with the small SD variety. Yeah, it must be too close, you know. But anyway, small SD variety there. on the 2001, and that's got the all join standard head. You can get it with the all spaced variety. And 2001, New South Wales, and they were 2 million. South Australia and Queensland were 2.3 million, but the rest were 2. So South Australia and Queensland made the most, 2.3, but all the rest are 2 million. This one, look for this, I got the pictures I put on Facebook yesterday, and you'll see all the cut areas that you can get all the way along here. You can get all these areas on here, and die cracks. I think I had die cracks, but yeah, it cuts all the way along the border here. There was something else I found on there too. I had these, I was buying these by the rolls and just splitting them open and finding the errors, selling the errors and selling them. They do quite well. So that's all right. Anyway, 5 coins. 2001 small SD. That's pretty good. That's scarce. Nice New South Wales Federation. 2 1981 3.5 claw Canadian minteds, and 1 2007 broad 7 variety. So 1 variety, 3, 4. So 4 varieties out of that. Oh, I didn't check this one to see what head it is. I didn't check. It's all joined. So that's the all joined head on the New South Wales. So we know that gets that one, and it might get the other 2, the I-spaced RB join and the all spaced, which I'm pretty sure it does the same as Victoria. I think they gave both of us, Victoria and New South Wales, the full 3 obverse dies for this one on the New South Wales and Victoria. But anyway, collect them, check them, and let us all know. And I can compile it together. So that's really good. Oh, there you go, Jobby. I haven't even looked over. It's the first time. No worries, Michael. So yeah, thanks for dropping in, everyone, again. The snapper doesn't noodle 20 cents, yeah. Yeah. Remind me of Mr. Squiggle. Why? Because of the way I explain everything, probably. Because you haven't seen me. I don't look like Mr. Squiggle anyway, no way. Yeah, but yeah, the state coins are hard to come by, Dave, yeah. Yeah. And Michael hasn't found the state coin yet. Yeah, they're not easy to come by. But they are out there, and I've got a few lately. And they'll be out there tomorrow, and there might even be more in there tomorrow, because somebody might be having to go down and cash in their collections because they can't sell them and the local coin shops don't want them. Unless they're uncirculated silvers or something in a pack. No, they're not going to want to bar them. They're trying to get rid of their own. Yeah, so yes, you'll find them. Everything gets back out. It all finds its way out again. Yeah, alright, no worries. I'm off. I'm going to go and have my pie. Dog's eye and sauce. Where the Spud is. I'm going to make a badge. Anyway, Spud, I've already got I've already made up the design. I've just got to print it out of a dog's eye and dead horse with my pie picture that I took. I'll send you one when I make it. Yeah, so if he listens to this, I'm going to send him that when I make it. Should be good. All right, no problems. Thanks again, and I'll catch everybody later on tonight. I've got the badge book I've got to do, and I'm going to take these back, and I might get some more coins. So I'll see what happens. All right, ta-da, everyone. Have a good day, and I'm going to go and eat. It is lunchtime, isn't it? Oh, yes, 1 o'clock. All right, ta-da, bye-bye. Have a good day.